At last, the weather is good. Bit frosty, but it's dry and it's not windy. Conducive to good metal detecting. So we're back on the fields of Perthshire. For the first time in a week. We're joined with Sneaky Pete. Further ahead, Marty's been out for about half an hour. He's way around the corner. But we're in the big 200-acre Roman field. Well, it's produced hammered. It's produced some medieval items. And so it's Martin, Sneaky Pete, Mr. Paul is behind me, and there's myself. So this has been, God, I can't remember the last time we went this long without getting a chance to go out and metal detect, but we got hit by 2 storms. Both of them fell on the weekends, one weekend apart, and it's been pretty awful in between. But we are back, so let's see how we get on. It's a first signal for me. Sounds alright. It's going to be a coin or it's going to be aluminium. Let's see. We're out the hole on the first spadeful. So is it a great start? And the answer is no. It is a piece of aluminium. Or aluminum, as some of our friends in North America might say. Oh well. Oh, there. Might be a coin. Let's see. We're out the hole and Marty has just texted me to say he's got a coin, and I have also got a coin, I think, or a button. Nope, it's a coin. See the milled edge there? Martin though says that his is silver, and he also says it's Roman, so stay tuned. He's quite a distance away from me. He's actually very, very close to where I found the silver coin a couple of weeks ago, and that's where I'm headed at the moment. But he's beaten me to it, so we'll get over there and see if it is indeed another Roman silver coin. Let's see what happens. Right, there we go. I could hear something in the background from like 200 meters away, and it is Paul shouting that he's got a hammered coin. So bloody hell, he's got a hammered coin. So he says he's got a hammered coin. Let's go and see what he's got. Here he is, Mr. Smug. He's got a hammered coin. He has got a hammered silver coin. Who have we got? Elizabeth, maybe? Of England? This is the head side. There's a crown there, tip of a crown, that little fleur-de-lis. So who have we got? R? Is it an R, an I? An A? Maria? There wasn't a Maria. Well, there was a Mary. There was a Mary, Bloody Mary, who married Philip of Spain. You see any words there that say anything about Philip? Yeah, that's definitely an R, an I and an A, a Gothic R, I, A. Ria, Maria. So I think it is. I think it's Bloody Mary. So called because she, after the death of her father, Henry VIII, she brought back Roman Catholicism. She ruled for about 7 years. When Henry VIII died, there was a bit of a crisis because he'd had 5 wives and he'd had various children. Lady Jane Grey took the throne for all of 9 days, the 9-day queen, and she was then booted off the throne by Mary. And Mary shouldn't have taken the throne because, well, in fact, I tell a lie, it wasn't Henry VIII that died, it was Edward VI, the son of Henry VIII. He died young, and then there was a succession crisis and Mary took the throne. Edward didn't want Mary to have the throne because she was a practicing Catholic, but she took it anyway. It's quite a smooth coin, but I think that's who it is. And if it is, that's going to put it sometime, I think she ruled sometime about the 1550s, give or take. I'm sure she ruled for 7 years, and she got the nickname Bloody Mary because she persecuted lots of Protestants as she attempted to bring England back to being a Catholic country. And when she died, her half-sister Elizabeth I took the throne and reinstated the Protestant faith, the Church of England. So beautiful coin, bit worn, little crack on one side, but hey, silver. Size wise, probably going to be a 6p. So that would probably buy you a gallon of wine back in the good old days, maybe a wee bit more. Good coin, well done Fletch. Have a good search around, see if there's more to be had. Back to my coin, and I think I've been a bit overshadowed because one of them is found, oh, I think it's a spendable. I think it might be a 5p or a 1p. So Fletch has just got hammered. 2 minutes before, Marty shouts to say he's got a Roman. Well, it's not a spendable, but it's modern. It might be Queen Elizabeth the second. Well, no, it's not. It's her father. 1945. You've got a wren, a little bird, and it's a farthing. A farthing is a quarter of a pence. Is that right? I think it is. Quarter of a penny, a farthing. So a wren is one of the smallest birds in the British Isles. So this is going to be her father, which is George, isn't it? George VI. Give it a wee rub-a-dub on the jumper. Ah, made it worse. There we go. Georgius V1, George VI, by the grace of God, King of the Britons, Defender of the Faith, Emperor of India. And there's his wee head looking to the left hand side. Not in bad condition, pretty good condition I have to say. 1945. Normally these coins are pretty rough and ready because they're made of a sort of mishmash of nickel and all kinds of rubbish metal. But we've got a beautiful hammered for Fletch, and we're going to go and shortly see the Roman silver coin that Martin allegedly has found. Stay tuned. Here is Martin's lower quality finds. Bit of a bullet casing, another bit of a bullet casing, a little bullet, looks like a .22 caliber with a wee bit of rifling on it, bit of lead, bit of a spoon. Martin can't seem to have a day out without finding a bit of a spoon, and a little bit of a button, probably going to be 1800s. But here's the thing you've all been waiting for, and it is a beauty. Marty, that's a cracker, that's better than mine. Look at that. That is the same emperor as I found. You can just, I think, see the words sept. S-E-P-T, Septimus, S-E-V, Severus. Septimus Severus, and at the end, I-M-P, which I think is Imperator. I'm sure there'll be a few words like Caesar and such like there as well, but that is in mint condition. What have we got on the back? We have got AVG or AUG for Augusta or Augustus. We have got ANNONA, Annona. Annona, she was the goddess of Rome, particularly the plentiful Rome. She's got in her left arm on this right side is a cornucopia, which is the horn, the goat's horn of plenty. So it would be overflowing with food, drink, flowers, corn, everything that was important to the people of Rome. So Annona, she was the goddess of Rome and later of Constantinople, which became the capital in the 4th century. She was particularly responsible for the supply of corn and grain to the city of Rome and later Constantinople. Septimus Severus, he was on the throne, well, not the throne, he was emperor of Rome, I think from about 195 AD, and he died in 211 AD. He died in York in the north of England, or Eboracum as it was called back then. He took ill while campaigning in Scotland to try and put down the Picts, us rebellious Scots as we were back then, called the Picts. And Annona, grain was really important because at the time the population of Rome was about 1 million people. It was the largest city in the world. And about a quarter of the population of Rome got free grain and free corn. It was called corn dole or grain dole. And in Scotland and in the UK, you often say if you're unemployed, you say you're on the dole. And that's where the word comes from. It was the first example of mass state-sponsored sort of financial help for the poor people in society. So about a quarter of the population of Rome got free bread and free grain dole. And that's where the phrase dole comes from, on the dole. But that is a beauty. That's better than my one. We could have a hoard. We could have a hoard. 2 coins, very, very similar in date. Might even be the same year, I'm not sure. And where were you?
About 6 foot away from you.
Away. So, there you go. They've definitely been lost at the same time. Whether or not they've been buried in a pot or something like that, or a leather bag, I don't know. We're going to have to go back and have a real good going over, see if we can find anything else. Beauty. Well done, Martin. Now what a day they've had. A Roman silver and a hammered, silver hammered. I've got another good signal here. Sounds a bit strange. I don't think it's going to be something good, but I'm going to dig it anyway. And right enough, didn't sound like it was good. It's another one of these cogs, smaller than the one I got a couple of weeks ago, probably no more than 15 or 20 feet away from where I got this one. Just a small cog, it's got a hole through the middle, and probably part of a mechanism for one of the old mills. There used to be a couple of old mills that used to mill flax and linen just 50-100 metres away from where I am just now, so probably part of an old mechanism that's been chucked into the field and left to rot. Probably dates to the into the 1800s. Do we have our first Roman coin? That is blowing my ears off, so let's see what we get. It's out the hole, I can see it. So we might have a relic or a piece of junk. It's almost got a kind of gold colour to it. Looks like it's got a hole here. Another one there. Right, need to give this a proper clean up. Could be junk, or it could be something better than junk. Let's see what we get. Okay, I've given it a bit of a clean out. I've had a search around and I can't find any other signals for the bits that are missing. This is the back of whatever it is, Used a bit of straw to poke out some of the holes, but there's a couple still that have got soil in them that I can't get out. Other side. What do you reckon? It's obviously had another loop down here. Possibly there's been a bit attached here that's broken off, not sure. I'm looking at it thinking it's a pendant, maybe some sort of pendant. But is there a figure in the centre? Do you see that? Is that a leg and another leg? A body and a head? Or am I imagining it? I'm sure I've found something similar to this quite a long time ago. And I'm sure someone told me it was either a pendant or a clothes fastener. And I'm pretty certain that they said it was medieval. So what do you reckon? It's got a gold, you can see it's been gold gilded, you can see it twinkling in the sun. But it's got, you know, a bit of decoration on it, so it's, I think it's got a bit of age to it. I think that is possibly quite old. Let me know in the comments. I'm sure some of you will have seen something similar to this before. All in all, it's not been hugely productive for me. All I've really managed is this and my little 1945 farthing. And yet again, I've been upstaged by the new guys, Martin with his Roman silver denarius, which is sometime in the 190s through to 211 AD. And Paul has got his, what I think is a sixpence. And I'm guessing it's Mary, Bloody Mary, which would put it sometime in around the 1550s, I think. Yeah, I would guess about 1550, 1540 at the earliest. So great for them, and hopefully someone can help identify this. Tell me if it is got a bit of age to it, if it has got a bit of age to it, and also is there a figure in the centre? We have got a good signal here. Yeah, sounds pretty good. Let's see what we get. I can see something round right here. Is it a coin? Well, that's the signal anyway. Oh, could it be Roman? I don't think it is. I think it's a bullet. I think it is. I think it's a flattened bullet. It is. It is a bullet. It's got this sort of rough texture on the back and it's domed on this side. We've got a shout of another hammered coin in the distance. So I had given up. So I'm going to have to edit my video. I just got this walking back to the car. So I'm going to have to edit my video. And we're not done yet. So it looks like Martin's got it this time. But he's gone over to where Paul was. So let's see what they got. You know, this is not the hammered. This is, Martin found this before.
Literally just 2 holes before this one.
2 holes before the hammered coin, but I think this is a little Roman 4th century coin, but it's pretty flat. There's not a lot of detail there at all. Maybe a bit of a head there in the centre, but I'm not sure. It looks the right size, the right shape, and they've had 4th century Roman from there, but Martin's got another silver coin. How far was it from Fletcher's?
I'm not sure what hole was this. Is quite a lot up there, but it's pretty in the vicinity anyway.
It's pretty close. Again, you've got a shield. You've got the fleur-de-lis of France in the top left. I'm assuming they'll be in the bottom right as well. And then top right and bottom left, you've got the 3 lions of England. It looks like it's got the same shape and design and size as the one that Paul got. It's very worn again, but look, there's a face there. There's an eye, a nose, a mouth, looking to the left. An M, maybe? An A? Is it going to be Mary or Maria again? It's really hard to tell, it's really smooth. It's definitely a head there in the centre, looking to the left, so I think it's the same as Paul's. Yeah, I think it's going to be Mary, Bloody Mary. So that would put it, she was, as I mentioned before, she was the daughter of Henry VIII, I think from the second marriage. So Henry VIII died, his son Edward took the throne. He died, I think in his late teens or early 20s. And then there was a bit of an unknown. Edward decided on his deathbed or close to it that he didn't want Mary to take the throne because she was Catholic. And Henry VIII had led the Protestant Reformation in England. So they didn't want it to return to Catholic. So Lady Jane Grey took the throne, the 9-day queen. And she was then chucked off the throne, later executed by this woman, Mary. And Mary then led what was called the Reign of Bloody Mary, because she killed hundreds and hundreds of Protestants who got in her way. And she led England back, she led England back to being a Catholic country. And she married King Philip of Spain, who was also Roman Catholic. So quite often they appear on the coin together, but looks like we've only got one head on this one. So it's probably going to be, I don't know, 1540s, 1550s. She ruled for about 7 years, and then her half-sister, Elizabeth I, she took the throne, and England returned to being a Protestant country. So, great coin, very thin, silver, quite smooth, but it's 400 odd years old. So, that can't be bad. I'm guessing it's probably a sixpence again. But a beautiful coin. Well done, Marty. Here's Paul's other finds. He's got this sort of little pin type thing. It's not made of iron. Don't know what that is. He's also got this piece of lead. Oops, dropped it again. Not very good at this, am I? So he's got this little bit of lead. It's kind of decorated. It's got these little lines, little X's on it. Don't know. Any ideas? And then he's also got himself got another Roman coin.
I went for the whole shebang.
Try and get in the sunlight.
What?
Difficult to see. Well, Pete's got a Roman as well. Bloody hell. Everyone's getting Roman apart from me. So, there's a Roman. I can't really see any obvious detail on it, but I reckon that's going to be 4th century, so probably someone like the house of Constantine the Great. It's going to be sometime around the 330s, 340s, 360s, something like that. Let's have a look at Pete's. And look at this. This is Pete's first ever Roman coin, and look at it. It's a beauty. You've got two winged angels on the reverse facing one another with these little wreaths held up. Look at the lettering, it's brilliant. There's a mint mark at the bottom there as well. Is it Attis or Assis? Assisica. Did we not find you had one that is...
That's the exact same as the one, a really nice one I got.
That's the same, so it's Assis, which you think's Assisica, which was what, in Croatia or Czech Republic or something, wasn't it? That's the mint mark, and then on the other side, look at the detail on that. That is tremendous. So again, that's 4th century. Probably someone like House of Constantine or Constantine the Great. Probably sometime around the 330s AD. So that is a beauty. Well done, Pete. First ever Roman coin. Tremendous. Oh, and he's also got another couple of relics. He's got himself what I got as well, which is an impacted bullet made of lead. It's hit a big stone. He's got himself some silver. got himself some silver. It looks like it's maybe got a hallmark on the back there. I think that's part of a spoon.
Looks like it.
Plated silver spoon.
It's heavy though.
It is heavy. It's probably going to be Victorian in date, so 1850s, 1900s, thereabouts. But we'll call that silver, I think, Pete. It's got weight to it. So there you go. Pete on the silver. Everyone, bar me, got a Roman. 2 out of 4 got hammered, not me. And 2 people got silver, Pete and Martin, and not me. So I finished bottom. Tremendous. Well done, Pete. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. That was a bit dramatic. That was some great finds. And hopefully this field is going to produce a lot more. So we'll see you on the next one.